Here at ABC 13, we want to make sure you have all the information and tools to be ready for any natural disaster. So Justin, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me. And one of the big topics, hurricane prep is expensive, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's costly. Depending on what exactly you're looking at, it can cost $150, $200+ never mind if you're wanting to invest in getting a generator. So that's kind of what sparked this kind of conversation, is how accessible is the hurricane prep advice that we've commonly given over the last decades, really.
And how accessible is it to the average Houstonian? To
the average Houstonian, it is fairly accessible, but there's upwards of 100,000 plus low-income families that do struggle on a day-to-day basis. Never mind just trying to get extra supplies, heading into hurricane season. So one of the resounding pieces of advice that I've been getting in the last couple of weeks that I've been talking about this with other folks around here is start early and start small.
And what do you mean by start small?
Start small with an extra can of corn or an extra, can of tuna or chicken, whatever your protein of choice might be. One can at a time or 2 cans at a time really is what's going to help you get prepared fairly early on without having to front a whole bunch of extra cost. As well, prepare your water situation. You don't have to rush out and get bottled water. That's not something that's necessary. Fill up juice jugs or milk jugs. Obviously clean them first and then fill them up with water, in the days before, a hurricane or tropical storm hits.
I mean, so many people live paycheck to paycheck and think, I can't drop hundreds of dollars on a hurricane kit right now. But if you just add a little extra over time, eventually you'll build something up.
Exactly. And also check and see what you've got at home first. Don't necessarily go out buying,
dig in the pantry.
Exactly. Don't necessarily go out and buy flashlights just because it's on the list or extra batteries.
Right.
See what you've got at home. Take stock first before going to the store.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I know that when we team up with Kroger here at ABC 13 to put out a hurricane tracking map and guide, there's a checklist of things. And if you order the things on there and hold on to your receipt and don't use it at the end of hurricane season, they'll take it back and give you your money back because they want everyone to be able to have that opportunity.
And that's great. Absolutely. So glad that partnership is in place.
So what are some common sense preparedness tips that people can and should start doing now to get ready for the 2024 season?
Taking a look around your house. So Brian Murray, who's with the Harris County Office of Emergency Management, basically said, what can I do? What do I need to do to prepare my home for a hurricane tomorrow? So think about that question, whether that's, kind of cleaning up around the yard, getting those kids' toys brought in, or, getting up branches, tree limbs, whatever, maybe especially after the storms that we've had over the last couple of days, getting those cleaned up. Yeah. That's something that is free to do, obviously, and can take, just an hour or 2 if you want to space it out over the course of a weekend.
Absolutely. So what is one thing that local officials seem to be worried about ahead of this hurricane season?
The fact that we've not had, knock on wood, there's no wood here around me but to knock on, but the fact that we've not had a major hurricane make landfall in Southeast Texas. Obviously in 2017 we had Harvey, but really we've talked about this before, Harvey didn't really ever get more than 100 miles close to Houston. So we've not had a direct landfall since 2008. And that was with, of course, Ike. Yeah, Ike was a bruiser for sure. But these are fairly infrequent events. And just since Hurricane Ike, we've had, over 1 million people move here, and we don't know what the hurricane experience is. So, yeah, there's always, what's the memory, the muscle memory from the last storm? The advice that I was getting is if you're a local, if you've been here your whole life and you know what to go through or what to expect, talk to others, talk to people that have moved here from out of town, from out of state, that may not necessarily know what hurricane-prone states or hurricane-prone areas, Absolutely, yeah. Hurricane season starts June 1st. Sometimes we can get storms spinning up in May. We're out of time, Justin, but thank you so much, and we'll look forward to more of those tips on your Chronicle article. Good, thank you.